Previously on Lock of the Week.
What is gonna be Johnny Munoz Jr.?
What is gonna be Johnny Munoz Jr.? Johnny Munoz Jr.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks. Hey, how's it going? Nervous. Nervous.
Yeah, so why don't you just walk us through what happened with Lock of the Week last week?
What's that? Lock of the week. Last. Oh, yeah,
Johnny, keep circling, Johnny. Footwork. That was literally the 1-inch punch. What the fuck was that? That's what knocks you out? Can't believe that. That's how that fight ends. I've never been so fucking embarrassed in my life. Here, Johnny Munoz Jr. What the fuck was that? Should've went to Silva. I said the whole week leading up, I'm so hurt. I was going to Silva and I changed my mind. That was the most embarrassing. Look at this, man. He gets knocked out from an actually fucking shot. I'm not as fucking upset as I am right now. Joel Everest was taking shots before. If Tony Gravely just cocked back and just fucking lays into him and he just gets fucking knocked out. I'm not upset. I don't know how we move on from this. I don't know what happens next. What's going on, guys? My name is Jacob. Welcome back to We Want Picks and another Lock of the Week video for UFC 275. If you guys are new to Lock of the Week, what that is quite simply, every single week I pick one underdog on every single card that I believe in my mind is going to win with 100% certainty. And so far we are 13-7 in our last 20 fights, picking all underdogs, a 65% win rate. So let me know before we get started who your Lock of the Week is for UFC 275. And remember, it has to be an underdog, and please only pick one, because as you see, if you pick one, you are going to either end up in the Hall of Champions or the Wall of Shame for UFC 275. So without further ado, let's congratulate everybody that was in the Hall of Champions last week at UFC Vegas 56. There wasn't many, because only 2 underdogs won on the entire card. So here is the Hall of Champions for UFC Vegas 56. So that was the Hall of Champions for UFC Vegas 56. I'm going to congratulate only the 10 people that got it right. There was only 2 underdogs and one. It was a tough card. If you guys picked Zalgas, I understand he kind of got screwed on the scorecards. I thought Jeff Molina won the fight, but 30-27 was a little bit wide. Again, some of these fights, I will not make you count it as a loss on your record. Zalgas is one. Don't count it as a win, but don't count it as a loss either. Same for Alex De Silva. Alex De Silva won that fight. It should have been scored a draw because of the point loss, but he absolutely won that fight. So if you had Alex De Silva, I didn't put you in the Wall of Shame because he absolutely won that fight. If you had Zalgas, you were still in the Wall of Shame, unfortunately, because I thought Jeff Molina won that fight. And what I say goes in this video. So without further ado, everyone's favorite part of Lock of the Week video, let's look at the Wall of Shame for UFC Vegas 56. First down, we have Kevin, who says rhythm is important in selecting dogs. No, it's not, Kevin. You gotta make a pick. Hold that L. Clint says this isn't rocket science, placing last place at the science fair with his pick. Sean says Nicholas Stolze should have been Nicolas Cage because that pick was gone in 60 seconds. Zach went with Rosen, who definitely got struck. Schwoll went with Asgard, Jakey boy, next time. Call me daddy. Mr. Murphy was the definition of Murphy's Law with the Andres Micheletis pick. Tomo's giving out prop bets for everyone to bet on. Nate Tone's name should be Nate Bone, because he just got by the judges. Connor says biting the bullet, but instead got shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Jambroni says, Jacob, you will learn, too bad I've got learning just trophilities. Sando says I ain't no and you definitely aren't getting any after that pick. Jesse, you're making it real tough not to say something mean about you. Eric went with S-Car, should've went with S-Car-Go. What the is that shit anyway? Christoph moving to 1-3 and moving to the homeless shelter after his Lock of the Week picks. JJ got choked out like me when I wrestled with my girlfriend. Just kidding. I'm sad and alone. Jonathan picked every underdog on the card and still couldn't find a win. Kate says, I don't know why Danny Gay isn't a favorite, but I can see why you're not your mom's favorite. Tomos is back again saying I have a small baby. You were complaining in the hot tub last weekend. This pick hit the floor harder than that Johnny Munoz Jr. Jason's talking about bear claws. I think they're the most underrated breakfast Danish in existence. Jarzinho is still looking around on the floor for his own chin. Hugh Jazz says Justin is the man.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Remark losing another remarkably close decision. Alan says time to get the dub, but instead Jarzinho got drubbed. Zalgis is now in the Guinness Book of World Records as world's best hugger. Bryson taking his first loss after the little guy couldn't put a little salt on the leech. Less is more, Mr. Harris. Don't forget to polish that crown before you give it up. Double your pleasure, double your fun. It's the right one. Doublemint gum. David Hastings making picks like a drunk David Hasselhoff eating that hamburger, but it didn't look good. Cornholio needs some TP for his bunghole with this mess of a pick. Brandon says these tiny, hairless, pubescent nuts. George is looking for attention, so here you go, George. Print it out. Tell your mom to put it on the fridge. I'll come sign it. Next time I come see her, this has been Wall of Shame. So that was the Wall of Shame for UFC Vegas 56. Again, no hard feelings, guys. It's all for fun. I want to thank you guys for putting yourselves out there as I do every single week. You cannot make fun of my pick or others' picks unless you put a lock of the week. So right now, pause the video and put your lock of the week, one underdog for UFC 275, and let's see how you do. As you saw, I didn't put any Wall of Shame people that had a Johnny Munoz Jr. I know I'm going to get riddled in the chat for Johnny Munoz Jr. pick. It hit me hard, but we are going to bounce back this week for UFC 275 because I got someone really, really special for this week's lock of the week. Johnny Munoz Jr. was the most embarrassing lock of the week of all time. And thank God that I have someone coming up that was nearly almost the greatest lock of the week pick of all time. Coming up the worst, we almost had the greatest of all time last year. I've been doing lock of the weeks for over a year and a half. We started keeping track in the last 20 weeks, but you know what? Let's flash back to April of last year and this week's lock of the week. Listen, you guys know that I'm a single man. I think that's been very clear for the audience. I'm a single man. And I've been told my entire life that when you know, you just know. You just know.
Oh my Lord.
Is my lock of the week. She is a I don't know. You guys couldn't find tape. I found tape. And she is a terrifying grappler. She is non-stop dragging to the ground. There was one fight where the girl is literally just dragging her across the ring. She's not going to let go of your foot. She's going to get you on the ground. And she's going to TKO or submit you. She can submit you, but she is, I saw her just tossing girls across the ring, TKOing them. She is relentless. My girl Liang Na came at the perfect time. As you saw, she was the lock of the week a year ago and nearly came through the first punch she threw. She knocked down Ariane Carnelossi, got all over her with the grappling. Couldn't finish the fight, got a little bit tired at the end of the first round, ended up getting finished, but as we saw, Ariane Carnelossi is very, very tough. We saw Lupi, who is one of the most dominant wrestlers in that division, a finisher, could not quite put Ariane Carnelossi away, was just beating her down. So I had no hesitation this week. There was a little bit of PTSD in my mind about Johnny Munoz Jr. because Juarez is such a power shot hitter. But I cannot go against my girl Liang Na. She is such a dominant wrestler and dominant grappler. I got to bounce back. The lock of the week in the last 20 weeks, nobody has ever won by submission. I tried to chase you with Johnny Munoz Jr. We saw what happened. I'm doubling down with Liang Na. She is the lock of the week for UFC 275. And remember, guys, if she wins and you are a member and you comment on this video, we are going to give away a free $50 to one member who comments on the video. So like the video, subscribe, become a member, make a comment, and when Liang Na hits this week at UFC 275, we're going to give away free $50. I want to thank you guys so much for the support on these videos. It's going to go crazy this week. I know the UFC 275 views are going to go bananas. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. We do breakdowns every Tuesday, full card breakdowns, betting videos on Friday. We go live on Saturdays. Nobody has more content with us, and nobody has better analysis than us. Check out my full Liang Na breakdown on our channel with Angelo. He gives his input, I give my input, but Liang Na is the lock of the week for UFC 275. Thanks again for you guys' support, and I'm out of here. Peace.